How have you found it, Chris? Balancing work, managing finances, life in general?
Before I got my daughter full-time, I was a full-time worker. And I remember going from earning a real good wage to going to benefits. And for me, that was a big adjustment. And I think I felt a little bit resentful. And somebody said to me a key word that really, it made so much sense to me. And it was compromise. Some things you have to compromise. You know, I did have to compromise, you know, the job that I was doing before to be able to bring up my daughter the way how I could, you know. Some things have to be compromised, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that, you know, that door is shut.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can feel like, you know, you're trapped. But as my daughter is getting older, you know, other things are happening. You know, she's going to school full time now. So, you know, other opportunities are presenting themselves.
And where has compromising come into your life as it relates to parenting, work, life, and so forth?
I was working full time.
Yeah.
Good wage, paid weekly, really good wage. Compromised by giving it up to take on my child full time. And it was a struggle at first, like getting used to not having the money that I originally had weekly and not caring about what I could buy anything I wanted. And then it become, well, I can't do this now. I need to compromise and focus on the children and what do the children need before myself.
So both of you have touched on the fact that you've had to compromise in terms of work, and specifically it's dented your pockets. How have you managed to manage money? How has that impacted you mentally and practically in your day-to-day life?
Mentally, I would say it had a big impact on myself. You know, from being able to buy whatever I wanted to literally budgeting everything, because you only get a set amount from the government, and that is not what I'm used to. That what I get a month is what I used to get a week. So I've gone from like shopping every week to spacing out my shopping, spacing out what I need, the must-haves, the pleasurable items, and the miscellaneous. I don't need that stuff. My kids don't need it. Sacrificing certain things, you know.
If you're on benefits, a lot of people get paid monthly, and making that money last for a whole month can be very difficult. And especially, it depends on living circumstances as well. You know, before I was in a hostel where I just had a fridge. So then you can't buy things like frozen food.
Yeah.
So you can't buy things, so everything you have to buy, you got to make sure, well, are we going to eat that before it spoils? Or, you know, and I think in one sense it's a good thing, because I can actually budget my money a lot better now than I would have been able to, you know, before I had baby full time.
So it's giving you a reason, and you've learned a skill that you...
Absolutely, yes. It's definitely, and it also, it makes you utilize your surrounding areas, things that are going on in your area, you know, your community. Because I love anything that's free, you know. So if there's a free something going on at, you know, a book club or a library or something that's for free for the kids, I can't get mine dressed quick enough and get there, you know. So, and I really actually enjoy finding a bargain. I do. If I can find something cheap now, I'm like, pat on the back, you know.
Yes. There's a lot more information and support for fathers on the Baby Buddy app. You can also find out about local support services from Future Men. Get in touch with us using the email address on screen.